वो उधर रखा।
Hello everyone. So today we are going to study a very interesting chapter, that is quadratic equation. From tip to toe I will explain you all the key points which will be required while solving the equations related to quadratic equation. Okay. So let's start. So we can see that quadratic is formed with two words, that is quadratic and equation. This quadratic term came from quadratum, and here quadratum means 2. The equation which is having a power of 2, that is the degree is 2, is termed as a quadratic. An equation, that means it will be equal to something, there will be an equal to sign present, and hence it will be a quadratic equation. So if we will come on a standard form of quadratic equation, it will be ax square plus bx plus c, and as it is an equation, it will be equal to 0. If suppose this equal to sign is not present, then it will be a polynomial, not an equation. Okay. So right now we are dealing with the equation only. So let's stick to that thing. Here you can see there is a variable, that is x present, and there are some constants, or we can say coefficient a, b and c. So let's see what coefficient can be absent and still this will be a quadratic equation. Let's see. If we remove this c, it will be equal to ax square plus bx equal to 0, and still it is a quadratic equation because here the degree is 2. Degree is the highest power of any variable. Okay, so here highest power is 2, therefore it will be termed as a quadratic equation. Now let's see, if we remove this term also, now it will become ax square is equal to 0. Here you can see still the degree is 2, therefore it is also a quadratic equation. But if we are going to remove this term, suppose it will be bx plus c equal to 0. Now this is not a quadratic equation, it will be coming in the category of linear equation. Okay, so this is how we have to identify whether an equation is a quadratic equation or not. Okay, now let's move forward. Few more things about quadratic equation, as it is the equation in which the maximum power, that is the degree, is 2. So when we are going to solve this equation, we are going to get two answers. Okay, just remember, an equation which is having the power 2 will be having the two solution, that is two roots, that is there will be two unique values or same values or different values, will be coming to that point also later on. But there will be two values which are going to satisfy this particular equation. Okay. Suppose we are going to solve this quadratic equation, we will be getting two roots, and those roots will be going to satisfy this equation. If it will be a cubic equation, okay, for example, there is a degree 3 in particular equation. Suppose it is a cubic equation, then you will be getting 3 such roots or solutions which are going to satisfy this equation. So right now we will be sticking on quadratic equation only. Okay. Apart from this, there are various ways of solving this quadratic equation. There are various type of questions which will be coming in this chapter. We are going to deal some important type of question which will be coming in this chapter. Okay. Also few more things which we should remember while solving quadratic equation. First of all, we should learn how to differentiate whether an equation is a quadratic equation or not. So as already explained, if an equation is having the degree 2 or the power 2, it will be termed as a quadratic equation. And what are the terms which can be missing in the standard form of quadratic equation, and what are the necessary terms that should be present. Okay, just remember that thing. Now let's start with some questions. Okay, I'll be telling you few types of questions which we are going to deal in this chapter. Okay, and you have to surround those questions only, because all the questions will be somewhere around those questions which we are just going to deal right now. Okay, so now let's see the first question. If minus 1 by 2 is a solution of this equation, 3x square plus 2kx minus 3 equal to 0, find the value of k. So we can see that minus 1 by 2 is the solution of this equation. Solution means if we are going to substitute this value minus 1 by 2 in place of x, this will be coming equal to 0. Okay, so let's substitute this value. Here we can see, put x is equal to minus 1 by 2 in equation. Okay, let's name this equation 1. Now if we are going to substitute the value of x as minus 1 by 2, let's solve this. 3 into minus 1 by 2 whole square plus 2 into k into minus 1 by 2 minus 3. And as we know that this minus 1 by 2 is the solution of this equation, so it will always be going to equal to 0. Now we have to solve this, okay? So let's see. 3 into it is 1 by 4 plus here 2 and 2 will be cancelled, minus 1 into k will become minus k. So let's remove this plus sign. Will be minus k minus 3 equal to 0. Now we have to find the value of k here, okay? So few things which student have to remember, that as we are going to find the value of k, but here you can see it is minus k. So what we'll do, we'll transpose this minus k on the right hand side, okay? No need to shift all the numbers on the right hand side, then again we have to cancel this minus sign. So always do a smart work. So what we'll do, in this step only we'll make this minus k as positive by shifting it to right hand side. So it will become 3 by 4 minus 3 is equal to k. Now solve by taking the LCM. 4 will be the LCM, 3 here. So it is 1. 1 4 times 4, so 3 4 times minus 12 is equal to k. So it is 3 minus 12 will be minus 9 upon 4. This will be the value of k. Okay. So if you put the value of k in this equation, it will be complete quadratic equation.